Hello, good evening, friends. In today's video, we will be creating an Android application for communicating with Gemini API. Uh, so, how you will create it, we will see in this video. So, for this video, we will create a new project. You can see we have already started Android Studio. Here is the new project section. You can see bunch of option here. Here we have a Gemini API starter, but we are not going to use that. We will be building everything from scratch. So we will just select empty views activity and just click on next. After clicking on next, we will give our name to our application, which will be like robust, interactive AI. Okay, okay, not this length for RIA. That is sufficient, right? So this will be our project path, and we will be using Kotlin, and lower version is Android 7.0 and Kotlin DSL, which is all looks good. So we just click on finish. It is generating resources. We will wait for until it finishes generating resources. So for your information, I am using Android Studio Ladybug currently. So it will work on most recent versions like Koala, Android Koala and everything. Okay, it could not install gradle distribution. Okay, I think okay, I need to just build this first. Let's try again. Yeah. Because my internet might be slow, that's why it might be taking some time. Hope it will finish soon. I am pausing this video for now and I will resume it after it finishes. Okay. So hello friends, we are back. As you can see, build is finished now, and this Android Studio has downloaded too many files. Okay, you can see the build successful message here. It's really took a long time for me because my internet was slow. So for your, you can see that I have not faced any other issue other than the internet issue, which were for that it took so much long time. For you maybe different, so you need to successfully build this app for the first to just start building the app. Okay, you need to have the successful Gradle build. Okay, so let me check if I have added the device manager. You can see we have the Pixel 4 API 24. I will just start it. Okay, so running devices is starting. So we don't need anything anymore, so we can minimize it as the project has successfully built. Okay, as you can see, the my virtual device is starting now. We will wait for some time to let it finish, and it's starting. So while it start, let me discuss what we are going to build. So we will be having uh, there's two activities, which is first is main activity, second one will be flash. Actually first one will be flash. That will be our introduction activity. That will first launch, will show up the icon of this app, then that activity will redirect it to the main activity. In the main activity we will interact with the Gemini API implementation that we are going to do, and we are going to that fetch that result from the Gemini, and then we are going to use that or show that in a list view, and list view will be in the second section of this video. In the first section we are just going to fetch the result and display it in a text view, and we'll see if we successfully able to fetch the result or not. Okay, okay, we can see we have the I started virtual device is started. Let it run for once. Okay, Gradle build is running again. Hope it will run fast this time, because we have already downloaded, the Android Studio has already downloaded the dependencies, jar files and extra files which is required for this project. So I don't think it will download any more files, or may download some files, but not going to take a long time. So while it runs, let's go to the main activity and check what we have. So okay, we have, this is the activity. Okay, let's change with this look a little bit like rectangular. So we are designing for our virtual device, so I'm just setting it according to my virtual device. You can just play with this activity on different like screens to have support different screens. So Gradle build is running now. I'm still waiting, so it will again taking time. It's again taking time. So while it takes time, let's create our intro activity, right, which will be a launcher activity. So we are going to just right click on that, going to new, then going to like activity, and going, we will have in empty activity. Where is empty activity? Here, empty views activity, right? In this empty views activity we will just name it as flash. Okay, so we have generate layout file. We need to check that because we are working with the XML section, we are not working with the compose now, we are working in the XML. So we need to check this out, and we have our layout name, and this is going to be launcher activity because the app will start by this activity, not by the main activity. Main activity will not be called directly. If the app start, the app will recognize this activity. So this is a launcher activity. So we need to check this, and it's going to package name and source language will be Kotlin. I just click on finish. Okay, and we have our flash and flash section here. Now if you remember, in the previous video we have created an icon using Android SVG icon using the our software like Inkscape, and we have exported this two images. First one is SVG and second one is an PNG image for our application, which are the designed, we have designed is like IA, and we are going to use that. So first let us finish first, and by that time we will just remove this main activity from here, because we are not going to work on main activity first. We will work on the flash activity, and we'll make it a direct to the main activity. So we will go to manifest. Okay, in the manifest section you can see it has a main activity, right, and it has an intent filter. Now this intent filter do what does it? Okay, build fields. Why build fields? Okay, there is a new file. Okay, so actually we created a new flash activity, that's why it's not the build failed. So okay, it build fails. Okay, we will just build it again, but as we have already added the flash. Okay, now we are going to, what we need to do, we need to just comment this section out. This intent filter is responsible for writing that it going shows that the here is the presence of like launcher activity, and we are not going to use that in main activity. That's why I have commented this out, and instead we will have flash, our flash activity, right? So the we just comment, I just comment that out, and in the flash activity I just write, I just include a test view first. Okay, build field, we will show this, because why this build field, I know, because we have added that file. Okay, just include a text view for now, and wrap content, right? In the text we will just add welcome, right? That's it, and we will run it again. This is a sample, not necessary, not compulsory. Okay, it will again show an error because we are using a constant layout, and it is mandatory to constant layout to add constant. So instead of constant layout for this, I will just coordinated layout. Okay, coordinated layout, and just fix the lower one also. Okay, it fixed. Now just run it. It's building again, and this time we are not going to change any file, because if we change any file, then we might again face error in the build. So let finish the build, and I just pop this section out, I think. Okay, let's pop this section out, and just make it a little bit short, not that long. Okay, I will just keep this here. It will help me to see better. Alright, we have that section, and this one a little bit more. Okay, install successfully finished, and we can see the welcome activity, which is our flash, not that main activity, which is flash, right? Now you can play with the themes. In this tutorial we are not going to change theme a lot. It will remain like this, but we are going to add some like designs, icons, some timings and timers. We will also discuss those. So we can see that our application has successfully installed and launched here, which is a good thing. And this time we have not faced an issue because we have not changed any file during the build, right? Okay, so for the first thing, we need to add our drawable. So first we need to change the icon. If you just click on back and see the icons here. Okay, okay, we have our app, robust interactive AI, and you can see this is icon is like default icon which is installed, but we don't want this icon. We want to change it, right? This is not a good thing, or doesn't look good, because we are developing a perfect app. I mean, it's not a perfect but minimal app, so we need to take care of that. And for that was just click on resources, right click, new, and click on image assets. Okay, in the image assets, our chat, that icon that we have designed before is actually stored in our pictures, right? Okay, where is our pictures? Something here, p2.p2, that is pictures will be like here. Okay, here you have pictures, and it has a EA logo, and we have an SVG file and PNG file. So I'm going to use an PNG file here. So I have used, you can see that icon that we have previously designed. We have designed the similar icon, not this icon, but we are going to use this icon for this project. Okay, we are going to trim it. Okay, go to trim, need to resize it a little bit. Okay, this is the safe zones. You can just see these are the safe zones which are circled. Also you can see the grids. Okay, we don't want that. And for the background layer, okay, for the background layer we are going to be using colors, not the grids, and going for white. Okay, and this look good, it's pretty good. Okay, now we're going for the options, and for the legacy, which is will be API level less than 25, we will be using like circles, not the rectangle one. Okay, now everything will be okay. You can see everything is now okay. Now click on next. It shows these icons pre-exist, which is the default icon, and which will be overwritten. Click on finish, let it overwrite. I think it has overwritten now. Now for the icon change, we need to first uninstall that, because sometime what happens, these things like don't change the icon because of stored in a cache or something similar, and so icon doesn't change, and for that we need to first uninstall it. and just reinstall the app, so that icon will change up there. Let's wait and see. Okay, it's building again. Terminating the app. It's already launching on the devices. You can see the progress down here. Okay, it's installed and it's launch again the flash activity. Okay, just go back and check if the icons is changed or not. You can see the icon is now updated, right? And if we just click on, we can see the our welcome sign. But I don't want to like a welcome only. I just want close it and want my drawable. So I just click on like this section and just click on my pictures, and from here I have like EA image, EA logo, and just copy it. Okay, just copy it and just minimize it and just go to drawables, and I will just paste it out. EA logo.png will be the same. Okay, just paste it, and you can see the background files. Okay, so for the middle I just will use an image view, and width will be like 150 dp, and height will be 150 dp. Right, now we need to define the source for this image view, which will be like EA logo. So you can see our image is displayed here, but I want in the center. Then I will do gravity. I will just define the gravity, layout gravity, and will click on center. Okay, it's now on center. Okay, I will just display this whole thing. If I just restart it, we should be able to see this here now on our running device. Okay, it's building again. Terminating the app, launching on devices, and here I am able to see my app logo now. See, if I just click on this, I'm able to see the app logo. Right, now what we need to do, we need to define more things. In the main activity, we don't have any indicator. Okay, we have an indicator like hello world. If we just change the activity, we will see the hello world section. But I want to change this activity, like we'll move to activity after a certain time period, right? So how you will design that, we will see now. Not this. So first we'll create a function, and fun, and this will be like start main activity act. Okay, and this thing, and when it will be called like immediately after the activity finish creating, like start main act. Okay, in this function, I need to define three things. First, we need to define a timer task. That will be value timer m timer task. I will do m timer task is equals to timer task. In this timer task section, I will define intent. Well, intent m intent sorry m intent is equals to intent, and in this intent I will give the two parameters which is required. First one is this file flash at the red flash, which will be good at the red this. Okay, flash. Okay, it's not taking, I think. Flash dot this. Okay, not taking it. I think flash it should take now. Okay, we just define flash. Okay, now comma, Okay, it's not taking it, I don't know why. Let's see. This at that flash. Okay, this at that flash that we need to define. And the second section we need to pass the class of that second activity, which is main activity dot class dot java, right? Okay, this is finished. Now we have defined. Now this at the red flash, this is the content package context will be used to start a new start activity, and will start the activity m intent. M intent, I I n t e m intent, right? And after that activity is started, that this activity will get finished, will get like okay, we will see that problem, right? Here why we need to add a finish, we will see this now. So before that, we have already defined the timer task. Now we need to define the timer, where timer is equal to timer, right? Just define it like this. I think I need to import it. Just import the class and it's good to go. Okay, timer is defined. Now we will use timer dot schedule. Okay, this timer dot schedule, and we'll pass the m timer task, and we'll add a delay of 2000 milliseconds, right? Which will be like 2 seconds approximately. So what it will do, whenever we will call this, it will first go to like this section immediately after just creating the activity, and we'll wait for 2 seconds. Then we'll go to the timer task, which execute this task, which is an intent. Will define an intent, and that intent will just passed on, means will start is of starting like another activity, which is main activity, right? Okay, let's see, and just click on run. And it's running, launching. Okay, you can see just started, and after 2 seconds it started second activity, which is indicating hello world. Click on back, and you can see this activity is still present. This activity still exists. You can just click on start and see that this activity started, but when you press back, this activity still exists. So we don't want that this activity should show. So what we do, this dot at the red flash dot finish, we will add this line, and this does what does this like finishes this current activity, and will not be running on the background, like will not be staying on the waiting on the background. It will just finish that up. Let's relaunch again and see the effects. Okay, launching on devices. Okay, it's launched, and after 2 seconds I'm saying like our main activity, but when we press back, it just application exists. We are not no longer seeing that, watching that flash activity again. Just click on back and see it finishes, right? So that's it for like our flash activity. We don't want anything more. If we want like progress bar, which is just an indicative for, like we just add progress bar, and width is like match 100 dp or 200 dp, and height is like 20 dp, and the scroll curve style it like horizontal, and gravity will give it bottom center, and margin bottom will be 10 dp. right? And for the interaction, inter not interpolator, indeterminate, we will use true. Like, okay, 200 is too much, we just use 100 dp, that should be enough. And let relaunch it again. So after relaunching, we should be able to see the bottom progress bar running. Okay, you can see the bottom progress bar is running now, and after 2 seconds it just started the second activity. This is just a visual, not necessary steps, but still we are designing an app. That's why I have just thought this would be important to just add these. So our flash activity is almost complete. I don't think anything we need to change more here. Now we need to work on our main activity, right? Here is our main activity, and our layout file, just open our main activity. So for the drawables, I just add few icons, and that will be required in this activity. So I just right click on it, and we just click on new and vector assets this time, and here we will be adding our icon sets, right? Okay, so what are the icons we need? We need a like icon like an info. Okay, this kind of icon we need. Okay, this icon or this icon we need. We'll wait for the it loading to finish. So we could change it like the fill to like sharp, or maybe like outline, two tones, round. You can just change anything you want, right? Material symbol outline, nothing to show. Material symbol around it, nothing to show. Material symbol, nothing to show. So I think we'll get this only. Just click on round and click on OK. So I will be renaming it like IC info, and will change its color it to like blue, like this. Click on next and just add it, finish. It will be automatically added here. You can see as info XML. Now click on this again and add a vector assets again. Now we need some more icons. We need an icon to like send, this one. Click on OK, but we need wait it finish. We need a round icon, so we need click on round. You can see edges are a little bit round now. Just click on OK. We don't want it blue, we want it to be like greening. Okay, that is good. And click on next, and okay, we forgot to change the name. I see send, right? Next and finish. Okay, for now this two is enough, and for further we will be adding more if required. Okay, so this is our like main activity, but for now we have not added our Gemini library now. So for that we will be using like our build OpenGIS You can see all the information here, what the application we are building. Here we will define our dependencies, right? And where we will find that, I will show you. Just open your browser, and in the browser you will see, okay, this thing, Google Gemini GitHub. Okay, generative AI, this is wrong actually, but it will understand, right? So you will type Google Gemini generative AI Android. You will type this on Google or Bing. You'll get this link, GitHub link. You will just open it. So here is the link for the GitHub if you want to just copy and use it. So http github.com Google Gemini generative AI Android. and in the bottom you can read that Google AI SDK for Android. So here we have the caution that this Google SDK is for recommended for prototyping only, means testing purpose only. So if you plan to enable billing, we strongly recommend that we use backend SDK to access Google Gemini API. You need risk potentially exposing your API key to malicious actors. Okay, there's suggest this thing suggests that we not be using like this SDK or API key, which will be required to this SDK directly inside our applications. We should be using other different use storing it on servers, or like using our servers to communicate with the Google Gemini, so that your application is more safer and your API key does not go in hand to like someone which will be using for unauthorized or like wrong purposes, right? So this is a caution you need to keep in mind. So we have to go to the Android Studio and do these things like but how we use it? First we need to add the dependency here. Okay, so we'll just copy it. I'm just copying it. Copy. I will go to Android Studio and we'll paste it here. We'll paste. Let's see, implementation is added, but before we that you can see that here we have our version is not defined, and we need to define the version of this like SDK which we'll be using. So let Android tutorial, just we'll go to Android SDK tutorial. We'll check if there we can find any version related details. So install the Gemini SDK. We have implementation of Google AI client generative, and this thing just copy it 0.7.0. right, we'll be following this documentation because it is easier for us to like defining that. We don't need this because we're needing versions. Just copy paste that. It is the same thing. We could be writing like this 0.7.0 and that would be good. Okay, it's already suggesting a new version is available, which is 0.9.0, which is a good thing. So just change it to 0.9.0. okay, it doesn't change. I don't know why. Change. Okay, it now changed. 0.9.0, and we'll click on sync now. So it's syncing. It's working. It's importing again. So while it imports, I am pausing this video because I think it will be a good idea uh, to just make this video like in two parts. I will try to make this video in one part, but it will be really too long. Still, I will just make it in two part and just combine them to upload in one part also. But for now I am pausing this video and I will just resume it once it finishes. Hello guys, so our wait is over. Once a build is successful, you can check out the notification. Get based is all finished with 1 minute 22 seconds something it took, right? We clear all the notification now. So we have successfully imported our generative AI library. Okay, so we have successfully imported our generative AI library. We just close it here and we have our hello world. Let's just split it up and we can see our text view and our constant layout. So we are not going to use our constant layout for this. I'm just closing this constant layout and we are adding coordinate layout as our main. just remove this. Okay, but we have a hello world, right? I will just click on center, gravity center, right? Gravity center, and we did not need this all these things like constants properties. So I will be giving an id to this id, and that id will be like main reply. Okay, so we have a text view with id of main reply which already has hello world written. So in the main activity, what we need to do is first initialize those things which are available here. So we need to create something like for variables. I will create a let init var, let init. Okay, but it's not creating let init var, and I will name it like main text. Okay, and it will be a text view. Okay, that's good. And I will initialize that in on create function main text is equals to view dot, which is our view. We have not added any variable for the view. We can just directly use find view by id r dot id dot main reply, right, which is our id. It's showing error, but it's fine, it's not actually an error here. Okay, and we define another function to handle that generative function generate test result test answer, right? Defined a function. Now we open back the browser and read some documentation. So here our first step is to set up on our API key. Okay, so here it is written how to set up the API key in the properties local.properties file and fetch the API key, but we are not going to do this because we are not getting this. I've already tried to fetch like this and I haven't got the response or the variable. I don't know why, so I'm not using this. So okay, so then we need to import the library. Our next section is to import the library and make our first request like this. Okay, that's it's good. So we have already imported our library, and we don't need to just import directly here because that will be automatically imported once we add these lines of code. So just we need to copy this. So I have copied it and went to Android Studio and pasted all this. As you can see here, it says the import error, and just import this now. Import generative model and import build config.api key, but it will not show the API key here. If we check out the build if you check out the build config, right, here in the import section, if you check out the build config, you can see that build config is from generative AI, not from my app, which is our package name is com.pb.ria, which is not from this app. So we are not going to find the API key if we just import in this app. So it's quite complicated. I don't know why it's not importing my application, so we'll not be able to use that. So we just remove this because comment this remove this comments. Okay, so we will be storing our API key, right? So I've just added two codes, created a new file, and just added a class, kotlin class. It will be an object class, and class name will be like data, right, or keys. In the keys section I will just define public, not this one, public key is of type string is equals to double quote. Okay, I have done something wrong, I think. Okay, ask Gemini explain the member declarations. Okay, something wrong. Key is equals to this. There should be value of type string. Okay, it will be like this, like value then key of type string, and we define our key here. And in the main activity we will fetch it like we will define keys dot key. Okay, so model name will be default, will be using Gemini 1.5 flash, and our key will be stored here, right? So we are asking a prompt to write a backpack, then we are generating a response using generative model dot generate content. So you can see here we are getting some errors, should be called from a coroutines or other suspended functions. So it should be like inside the coroutines. So here we don't get any option to get a coroutine, so we need to define that coroutine first. So how we will define that, we will see, just check this out, just open and go to just define coroutine in Kotlin. Okay, and it should get the response asynchronous port coroutine basics, and just open the link. Now I am opening this all docs because it helps us to understand how everything works, and it helps to like and helps you to like learn how everything could be get from the internet. I'm searching all this in front of you, haven't read anything from the before line. So here are some examples like how we are defining scope builder and concurrency, and we have an explicit job when coroutines are lightweight, import coroutines and repeat 5000 launch delay something print, and we are getting like suspend function launch and suspend fun word, and unresolved reference and function run blocking. Okay, launch a new coroutine blocking. Okay, so let's see how we are getting a coroutine here. So to get a coroutine, I think we need to use a value val and with a core is equals to a coroutine content URIs. Okay, it's not working like this. So another thing we can just use is to use of the AI. I don't think I'm going to resolve my this by own. So just copy it, copy, open, use Gemini. Okay, it's opening Gemini, and just click on image 3 has arrived. Okay, good thing. Paste it. Use coroutine. Use Kotlin coroutine to code this. A coroutine, which is not a good. Okay, we have just successfully generated like a code kind of thing. Okay, this is the thing we need to like write, so just copy it. Okay, this is the total function which is defined. Okay, this is also a good generate content async job.join. Okay, it's also good thing. Just copy it. So it has build a different function for us. Just paste it now here, and content scope. Just or import those classes. Dispatcher.io and job, and we have return a scope.launch, and with context generative model, right? Okay, yeah, it is not getting a variable generative model, so we will be passing a generative model here, which is like a global variable. So let in it var generative model of type generative model. Okay, generative view model, like, which is not generative model. Just copy this thing, copy control C, and just paste it here. Okay, it's now launched, and we have gotten the response here, response with the with contact dispatcher I generate mod bottle prompt. So we don't need this line anymore, so we'll just remove it, right? And printing the response here, we don't need to print that also, we just remove it. We got the prompt and handles the response and everything. So just close it, and we are getting response. So we are printing the response, and I want that response should show on that text view. So we have already referenced that using main text. So main text dot text should be equal to like our dollar response, right? Response dot to string. Okay, should be equal to this. So we need to call this function from here, will be called generate content async prompt. Will pass the prompt, and content scope, I think that is completely optional, right? Which is scope is currently optional, I think. And it should work here now, and should get the response, and will generate the test. We need to call it from the on create. For now we are calling from the on create to see if the our functions are working or not. So we need to get the keys first, like our generative AI key. So let's get the key. Then where we will get the key, just close this because we don't need this. And there's a quick start guide, and this is the Google search again. Okay, we have the Gemini, and here we will search for Google AI Studio. Okay, so we are going to go to this link, AI google.dev AI Studio, and see. Here we got with this Gemini thing. Sign into Google Studio is already signed in. So get your API key, just click on this. Okay, what is happening? Okay, it's redirecting. So it's redirecting to Google AI Studio. This is the official link, right? aistudio.google.com, and here is we have the option to like get our API key, create our API key. Just click on this, and it's click API key in your project, and also it asks for creating a selecting our existing projects. But we don't have our project in the Google Cloud Console. So what we will do, we will just first go to our Google Cloud, Okay, and we'll click on this first thing and we'll go to like console here, and console starting. Okay, here the console started, it's starting the default project, but I don't want that project. Here we have our, when we just click on that section, here we have to option to create a new project, right? Just click on this, and I will be giving this project name to robust interactive AI. Okay, so organization, there is no organizations, which is important. Browse, so no organization, and we have like this, and we click on, can I just edit it? No. Okay, robust interactive AI just created. New project is created. You create new project, it's running. Now we have our project ready. Here we just select this project. We have our project listed here now, or selected now, robust interactive AI, right? Now we will go back to like our studio and just click on refresh once. Okay, it just refreshed. Now we'll click on create API key. Select our project like robust interactive AI from here and create API key in existing project. Okay, and it's generating our API key. Okay, it's generated. Okay, so here is our that security thing, that we do not have to embed this in a public view, so we have to use this with caution. We just copy it and we'll go to Android Studio now, and then the keys file I'm going to paste it. Now this is not the secure way of using it, so it is recommended that you should store the key in some remote places like in servers and fetch it from there. So I'm just showing this key now, or using this key now, but I will delete this in future, so get your own key, don't use this. Okay, so we have our temporary that AI prompt and everything just set up here, so we'll just minimize it. So you will, how you will get this key, if you just close this tab, you can go to Google Cloud, go section and API and services, and go to credentials, right where it started. Okay, it's static. Here you can see you have a API key generated, and you can just click on the show key to just view the key. And if you want, you can just edit the API key or delete the API key from here. So after this video I will just delete it or edit it or change it, so don't use this API key, you can just generate your own, right? So if you want, you can just okay, just close it. You can just edit it. I'm showing you how we will just, how you can add restrictions, like, okay. So you can just, you can see the, here is the API restrictions, one API, and you can see how can you can just add many things. And you can set the application restriction that it should be used by an Android app, right? I don't want to use it in a website or an IP addresses or iOS, like something like this. And here in the filter you can just add our package name or SHA-1 certificate of that application. When you will just sign the Android app, you need to add this. You can add this, or package name, our package name. You can see here our package name is com.pb.ria and some similar to that, to add more restrictions. or you can just regenerate the key to get the new completely new API key or delete it. So you, if you don't want in future, I will just click on back because I don't want to change. I have already generated for now, and for this video I will not going to change. I'm not going to change this key. So our keys and everything are properly set up now. Our everything will launch and generate this, and hope it will run. So let's click on run app and we'll see. Okay, it's running. Redel build is running. Okay, it's still running. Hope it will finish soon. Okay, I'm not going to cut this video again. It's really long and have many cuts already. I hope I'm creating this video. It's long because I want to cover everything from basics. I don't want to just skip anything. That's why I'm just explaining every minor thing whichever possible by me. So we have a successful install of the app. It's just, launching and showing hello world now. We will wait for few seconds to because we don't have any indicator, and you can see we have our error here. So for the error, we just go to locate and we'll check and see what the error we just faced. So here is the our error. So we have under view root call from wrong thread exceptions, right? Only the original thread created the hierarchy can touch its views. This means we have our async activity, means async function here, which is using a kotlin scope to return a scope of that kotlin after that running background thing. And here we are using this text, setting the text, which is which is the part of like not different thread, or like they're not different a background job, which is the part of the main thread or main activity or main view thread, right? So its error is like we cannot use directly from like different thread or different activity. We need to use it from like main function only. Okay, so how you will get that? We will just pass one more thing here. We will just pass activity as acti activity. Okay, we have just passed one more variable, and we just passed this at the rate main activity in the in this activity section. Okay, and here we'll just act dot run on UI thread. Okay, in the UI thread we'll just click on this, just cut it and just paste inside this. Okay, where is the event? Okay, it just pasted inside this. And in the print, okay, that will, I don't want to print thing. Yeah, so let it remain be like this. So we will be using the modifying this function like this, and when we rerun the app, let's see if it runs or not. We will wait for few seconds and see if it generates. Okay, it generates some content which is not, I don't know, com.google AI client generative type generate content response, and we got something which, but not the actual content, right? So response dot, I think we will be getting something, but we got something, right? So actually response is generated, but it didn't passed, right? So what we will do, we will just double quote it, just use dollar sign to embed the response. and response dot text, like this, to get the text. Rerun it again. And we are getting hello world again in the main activity. We will wait for few seconds. Okay, and we got our response, right? So it's currently not scrolling, not doing anything, but I think we got right a story about a magic backpack. So we got our response from the Gemini API that 12-year-old something something, and it created a virtual story or something, imaginary story, which okay, actually we got the response. That is the main thing. So our first part of the video will be from up to here only, that we generated our response there. So in the second part, we will be using this generated response to design our interaction with the AI, how we will be creating variables or using taking user inputs to send it to the AI or Gemini API, and then using that to get the response and displaying that response in the our activity. We will be using this to generate images also. I hope this video tutorial will be helpful for you, and if you want to get continuous video tutorial like this, I hope you will just subscribe our channel and like the video. Thank you so much.